What's up, everybody? We're Aquageist. It's your boy, Joe Flores. I play guitar and sing.
Sean, I play drums.
Sterling, the bass guitar.
Kevin, lead guitar.
Yeah!
I've hid away from the sadness, from the pain that would used to grow within my heart. Yeah, I don't want them to see, so I'll just run away. Yeah, I'll just run away. I hold my own from the inside, so my friends won't ever know. And it's the worst when I see them on this road, and we'll just run away. Yeah, we'll run away. Yeah, we just run away. Yeah, we just run away. Sing with me until the current takes its out. Light to me, yeah, to me. So let the waters take me away and just rip me apart. Let the pain that chokes me up pull me back to the start. Sing with me, sing. But the light moving through our bones as we wonder if I can find my way back home, or am I held down by some made up lies, or the fear to shine? But the light moving through our bones as we wonder if I can find my way back home, or am I held down by some made up lies, or the fear to try? Sing with me until the current takes us out. Light to me, yeah, to me. Sing with me until the current takes us out. Light to me, yeah, so let the waters take me away and just rip me apart. Let the pain that chokes me up pull me back to the start. Sing with me, sing with me. Until the current takes us out. Until the current takes us out. pass by, and I can't let go when you are watching. I can't continue, but you're trying to build us up again. You tell me that we will be fixed in the end. I wish I could tell you that it's finally over. The sadness you feel is only closure. But what can I do when I can't breathe your air? My lungs are caving in again. How can I hold you high when I'm sinking here? But at least I can say, at least I can say I did try. I did try. I did try. Pull me down to the deeper, darker, and keep me there so I can't wander. I figured out I'm sad regardless. At least I know I can be honest. So send me off to safer waters. I'll write you one song there, I promise. Until then I will cloud your headspace. Until then I will be your escape. But what can I do when I can't breathe your air? My heart is pouring out to you. How can I hold you high when I'm sinking here? But at least I can say, at least I can say I did try. I did try. Yeah, I did try. The deeper, the darker. The deeper, the darker. I'm falling fast into the deep. The deeper, the darker. Just watch me fall into the deep. The deeper, the darker. Yeah, I did try. As my heart's pouring out to you. pour it out to you.
Well, yeah, the one reason I like to be in this band with these dudes behind me is we kind of just vibe together. We take all the awkward vibes that come with everything, and we just write some cool music, and nothing is left off the table, or it's put on the table, or it's off the, or it's off the table. And I love these guys, and that's my answer.
I really like being with these guys because I don't know, it's cool having people that are all kind of committed, with the same level. Like we all vibe with the same music. They're all talented, and I don't know, they're just pretty badass, I guess. Like I like them. They're all right. They're cool.
My favorite part of being in the band, I guess, like if I'm being honest, is I have never felt like I've had friends like these guys before that are just so honest and true. And oh, I thought you were leaving, so yeah. But I just love these guys, you know. But if there's a 4-way marriage thing we could do, I would do it. I don't know, I'm lying. Yeah.
We'll find a way.
But anyways, yes, it's just great. I love these guys so much, and they're my best friends.
These guys are some of the best musicians I've ever worked with. In the decade I played music, all these guys drive me creatively, push me to keep doing what I do, and push me to keep getting better. There's endless ideas just jamming with these guys, and we all have the same goal, and our personalities just fit together like perfect piece to a puzzle. And there's nothing else I can say that makes me want to be in a band like this anymore. So these guys are great.
Like, we don't have to be afraid about saying anything that's going to hurt anyone's feelings. I feel like the communication in the band is like the most important thing, and I feel like that's kind of basically where we're able to succeed in, is the fact that we're all just very 100% with each other. And I think that's the realest part, is the fact that there's nothing left to say at the end of the day, and we're all able to be 100% transparent. And that's kind of how the band like works out, is because we're all just like that real with each other. And I think that's the hardest thing to find with certain people nowadays. But with Aquageist and with the people in this group, I feel like we're kind of like everything's on the table, and that's how we kind of work out. And at the end of the day, it kind of creates like this this machine that works 100% because of the fact that everyone's like 100% like honest and real with each other. And I think that's what it is. It's like the honesty, the realness, and that's honestly is what Aquageist is, and that's why I like these guys behind me. Kevin and I and the whole band, we couldn't meet up and do practices at the studio, so it kind of challenged us to kind of write, kind of like work things out and then send things to each other, and then kind of be able to work it out over emails or text messages or whatever we sent the media through. We had to kind of work it out and at least do stuff over that, before we actually got back to the studio. So I think it was more the fact of us kind of filling everything out, even though we weren't there in the same room, or we weren't like together physically. We kind of, or at least me and Kevin, had to do work on our own parts and then kind of bring it to the table over social media or text or email.
As far as with Aquageist, it hasn't really impacted me too much, because kind of when I joined, we were able to do stuff in the studio. So creating with them was a little bit different than how Kevin and Joe started out. But kind of before, when the quarantine really started, I was more of just like a single type of artist, so I didn't really have any other members to like jam with or stay away from. It was just kind of me, my computer, and guitar and drums or whatever else it was. But yeah, I know for these guys it probably definitely sucked not being able to bounce ideas off in like real time, you know. But I mean, we made it. We're kind of here now. We can work together in a studio and have some cool shit. So yeah, we're moving.
Well, I joined probably, I don't know how long now, almost a year ago, almost. Just maybe a month or so prior to Sean joining, if that, I'm not quite sure. But we could jam at the rehearsal studio, so that was fine. Prior to that, I was just making music by myself as well as with Sean in his apartment. And so that's all we were doing anyways, so we just kept on doing that during the whole pandemic. It didn't stop us because we didn't have to go to a public place, you know, so that was nice.
I think, honestly, the pandemic did affect the way I thought about music, the way I took music. Being an artist, I took it more seriously. I took it too hard that I'm not going to take advantage of the time we have left here in the world. People are dying out there. And it made me think to change our music sonically. So in our future releases, I think a lot of things going on with COVID-19 will be portrayed in our future releases. And I think it will show the dynamics of everybody here in the band as a unit, you know, going through the frustration of a year, almost 2 years, a year and a half of just no music, art being drowned out by the noise of death and illness. And I think it pushed all of us to the next level of being an artist and taking it 100% serious, you know. And I can't be more thankful.
With our EP, it kind of wasn't planned this way, but it fell down at the end of the day to this way where we were writing a lot. We had a theme of the whole EP has to do with like a car crash. At the end of the day, the first song kind of is the beginning of the car crash. The end song is like the beginning of the car crash. But in between has to do with like the realization of kind of like in my perspective of like what was going on in my life and the things that I had to change, the things I had to look at. It was a lot of things that were happening in my life where I was just kind of like, you know, trying to work it out. And so the way we wrote, or the way because I was writing all the lyrics for it, and I think it was just more the fact that I was going through a lot of stuff at the time with, I think it was like mental health. It was a lot of other things, and I kind of wrote it as like kind of an escape to what was going on in my life, and it became this theme of a theme that we set up as far as like being in a situation where it's like, when it comes down to it, do you have the time? Like, is the time going to be enough for when you switch, or when you try to switch everything around? And that's kind of it's almost like the EP is like a question, or to question yourself, because the end of the song is like, I already portrayed myself to be dead, and to be gone in this car crash. And I think the whole EP is questioning myself, is to be able to come back from it before it actually happens, or to, you know, to ask those questions and like go through the whole scenario before it actually happens. So the EP kind of portrays just this person who's like going through these scenarios and like going through these situations with a lover, with himself, and you know, he's relapsing through things, and then at the end of the day he's gone, But if he was able to take it back, that's kind of how the EP like circles itself, because it repeats itself. And the whole EP itself, you know, you play it from the front to back, it can go back and be its own, like, you know, like on loop type of pattern. And I think that's how the whole thing is set up. It's just the questions to yourself, to the person, to the host, of like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like these all things are happening in my life, and you know, what can I do to change it, or is there a way to change it, and just moving forward with everything. And yeah, that's kind of how everything came about for the EP. So
For me, working with Joe, hand in hand, it was our first. I guess it was our first take at just being. This is my first time being in just a duo band, just like in a serious matter, and looking for other band members. So Joe and I really just like spent days, weeks, months just trying to like figure out the songs, figure out how we wanted to sound, just overall with themes. And I think we came to like a good medium of finding what we wanted sound wise. We both came from a variety of influences, and we were able to mesh it together in a way that I think it's original, and in a way that I think really timestamps like our influences at the time, and shows that we want to progress further as artists. And then especially when Sterling and Sean joined the group, it just really like opened us to further the sound of what we had from the Lifeless on the Interstate EP, and create something that just is the next step in that, and really establishing Aquageist as a professional band.
All right. When I joined the band, well, previously from joining the band, I was introduced to Kevin at my job, at my work. He was working there too, and he was in a band with Joe, and that's how I first heard of his band, and I loved their music. I would listen to it all the time, download it on my phone. Eventually, Kevin hit me up saying they needed a bassist, and asked if I was down to try out. And after a couple jam sessions, I became the bassist, and I just already loved the EP. So the EP was made prior to me joining the band. And I love it. I love the concept. It's very relatable to me, and it's very heartfelt and deep, and I'm excited for the next chapter of Aquageist, and yeah, just can't wait to see what else we can create.
Yeah, I came in after it was already written, but I mean, when I heard it after Sterling was saying he was going to play bass for them, I remember really kind of going into Spotify and listening to the EP, and immediately like I was like, oh wow, this is like, I vibe to this music like really hard. And so I started like learning drums and stuff like that. And then I remember Sterling came to me and he was like, they might be looking for a drummer. This other drummer might not work out. And I remember thinking like, oh crap, I really hope this guy leaves. Like I hope they kick him out or something happens, you know what I mean? Because I already started learning the songs, and like I said, I was kind of getting attached to them. And so when Sterling hit me up and he's like, yeah, like you can pretty much come jam. Like it was really cool, you know, like especially joining a band that you really like the writing process and how they create stuff, you know, like it's good to be in a band that you actually enjoy the music playing. So as far, like I said, I didn't write anything in this EP, but I know our future projects are gonna, you know, they're gonna have some reflection of the old EP, and then they're also gonna have like the newer twists of what, you know, kind of what Sterling and I bring to the table as well. And yeah, I don't know, they did really freaking awesome though for that first EP for sure, so check it out. So, kind of making the EP my own. It's mainly just in kind of live settings. Like when I practiced and initially, you know, was really trying to get the songs down, I was focused, you know, really on like fills and stuff like that. I obviously had to know like changes and things like that of certain parts and like kind of timings and stuff. But fills, I would try to learn the ones that really stood out to me the most, and then in live, I like to add like my own little flavor to it. So I'll do like different types of dynamics, or I'll even change a fill just a little bit. I mean, these guys haven't complained yet about it, so I think it kind of works. Yeah, not yet. Yeah, I think in the back of Joe's mind, probably. Yeah, but no, that's kind of how I have made it my own. It's really through live, and I could kind of go free with it too. Like as far as I won't do the, I mean, obviously exact same fills live or things like that. Like sometimes it's just really how I'm feeling. If I want to add a couple different notes in, I could do that. If I feel like it needs to be spruced up, I can kind of do that too. So I guess that's kind of my role as a drummer, though.
So, how I've made this album or this EP my own, I guess. There's a lot I could say. This album, I want to say album just because it's a great EP, but I love the story behind it, and I just can feel the emotion in the story so much. And when I joined the band, I just wanted to add to the ambiance and the emotions that were like being felt through me from listening to the EP. I wanted to add to that from my background, which was more of the like acoustic indie folk, but I also was in a metal band, so just like what I've learned from playing guitar and also from the heavy music, I wanted to incorporate everything that I had that could add to the music so much more. And I feel like with these new songs, it's becoming really great, and what I could expect from hearing the previous EP.
In June, next month, we are actually recording our new single, which we've had written for a minute. We have multiple songs written, but we're doing one single to just give to the crowd, and we're recording that next month. The following month, we are doing a music video for a song that we can't say, but it's coming out, and it's going to be juicy. And for everything else, catch us on our webpage at Aquageist 916 on Instagram. Follow us for all the latest news. But you heard it here from the boys themselves. Can I get a thank you. On behalf of the Aqua Boys, we just want to thank Glasse Factory for giving us this opportunity. We appreciate that. And, stay tuned for everything coming to you guys within the next couple of months. Thank you.